During our visit to the village, we interviewed some people who lived under occupation, and only two of them agreed to record that interview with translation to English. This is the first interview. Since 8th of March, Russian ORCS, they allowed me to pick up people and my neighbors to the nearest village, Demidov. I have a big red car, minivan, and ORCS say that my car is totally safe to drive around. But we already know that to trust ORCS, it's something that you are lying to yourself. Surprisingly, they didn't disturbed us. One day we became out of fuel, and one of my friend from tractor's garage, he said that we could drop off some fuel from tractors, and also in this garage was hidden some block or 2 blocks of cigarettes. As the previous experience, we was sure that our car will not get any trouble from ORCS, so we went there. ORCS, they had a block post in the end of the village. They didn't allow us. They started to check the car, phone and documents. I had some money in my wallet. It's about 10 or 14,000 hryvnias. I didn't remember exactly the amount because I always had the money, and I have no any problem with it until Russia has come. They opened my wallet and they saw the money, papers by 500 each paper. They was so wondered from where you get a lot of money. Are you correcting the fire? Are you killing our Russian soldiers? Did you get paid from Ukrainian military forces? And I answer that, guys, are you in your mind? During the occupation we could get or raise any money. I say that you just arrived and everything has stopped. Shops, farms, everything stopped working. We have no electricity, we have no internet, we have nothing. They start to questioning me, and after this questioning, they start hitting me. And all this questioning, who are you, from where are you, why do you have such expensive car? They put hats on us. They tied our eyes by tape. Our hands was tied behind our back, and they said that I need to betray any connection people who's serving Ukrainian military forces. They asked me, will you talk? I say, I will. Just tell me what I need to talk. They continue asking, betray your people, friends, or whatever. And I answered him, what I can say to you, what I could betray if I'm just regular builder. I'm keeping an eye on 3 kids. My wife, she's a private entrepreneur. What I could tell you, how to build, how to seed the garden. Tell me, I will tell you everything. All that type of questions with splitting mind. Sorry, I had the question. ORCS say to you that you have a so expensive car. What does it mean expensive? What type of car do you have? Peugeot 2011 year, 1600 cc diesel. If to calculate the middle price, it's about $10,000. It means it's expensive? Yes, it's so expensive for them. They took the keys, and one of the ORCS, he tried to start the engine. They couldn't start it, and ORCS asked what you did to the car that engine not working right now. And I said, you just need to hit the brake. It's automatic transmission works. I couldn't imagine they are far away from technologies. The first question what they asked when we met them here, they asked why you don't have toilets in the yard. Where are you going in toilets? And I answered them, well, we are much closer to Europe than you're thinking. We do have toilets at home. Toilet, shower, bathroom. Everyone in the village had it in them houses. You will not find any house which has toilets in the yard or bath in the yard. It's so uncomfortable and useless for now. Short question, is that situation happen once or twice? No. It's million stupid questions. And about them way of going to toilet. If, for example, 3 people in the apartment or building or house which they rented, let's say, from civilian people, orcs, they was afraid to go outside of the house or apartment because they thought was that someone from Ukrainians, civilian people, they will saw them and shoot them or something. But this rare moments when they actually go outside, before to go, they shoot to the air to scare civilians people around. They was afraid of civilian people most. When they lived in a house, they didn't go in the toilet which was in house. They choose one apartment as a toilet. They go for exactly in the middle of that room, and they still continue to live there. It smelled like hell. This is the true, and this is what we saw. Orcs who lived in our school, they was more, let's say, modern, and they used 3-liter jars to soothe them like a toilet. Could you imagine to poo in 3-liter jar? How it's comfortable? Well, I heard that such stories before, but I thought it was like a joke. No. It's true. Just to not left the building school, they took this 3-liter jar and go. They made such a mess with the school, with the college, and these criminals, they got permission from them commanders that you could do everything what you want. So they started to do that. As I told you on the blog post, when that orc saw my cash, 500 papers, they become mad, crazy. They didn't saw any type of money except rubles, and when they saw Ukrainian hryvnias, maybe they thought that it's euros. But honestly, it's so not understandable feelings. This is not fear. I felt pain, but I didn't feel fear. I don't know. This is the mixed feelings, and I don't know why, but I thought that they kill us the same day, because we filmed how them troops entered the village, how them airplanes sneaking around, and the orcs, they found it on my phone. In my phone. It made them so mad. He asked me why you took that videos, why you filmed us, and I answered him that actually we're a small village and we never saw military equipment and vehicles on our roads, and that answer wasn't okay for them. They hated me. They asked, who are you? Why you didn't knock out? Are you from special forces? And I answered, I'm not a special forces, I'm just regular builderman. He's definitely from special forces, they said. After that, they put plastic packet on my head. They put my hands up and head down, and they started strangled me. My instincts worked well, and I breathed in the packet and I out through the package just to have possibility to breathe. And they saw a hole in the packet, so they said, he's definitely from special forces here. Check, he's trained. They start to hit me again and again. They put another one packet, but I was so angry and mad, and I turned the ties. And they said, he's definitely from special forces, we need to kill him. They again start to hit me. They beaten me with a stun gun. First time in my neck, I even didn't scream. And again, they become saying that I'm from special forces because I'm not screaming. I'm too strong to keep my strength. Second time, they beat me with the stun gun to my mouth. And again, they said, start to speak. And I answered, what would you like to hear from me? They say, you must speak and you must betray your military forces friends. Said, I couldn't betray anyone because physically I don't know anybody. One crazy Chechnya soldier, he showed me his face later. He said that, look on my face. This is the last face you will see in your life. They become asking me that to which place case you would like to be wounded. Maybe in your liver, just to torture you more. Maybe in your knees, it's so painful. And I become asking him, for what reason you are torturing us? What exactly we did to you? He said, no, we must to kill you. That's all. Maybe you would like, I'll cut your head and turn it to see how is your body's dying. And they said, maybe let's rape you and all another things that. And in the end of the end, they shoot in my leg. If to compare the shoot and pain was nothing like they tortured me before. After that, they taken us to them doctor. And that doctor, he said, you was lucky because bullet wasn't stay in your leg. He just bandaged my leg. After that, they again took us back and they put us to the basement or cellar, something like this. We stayed there for 4 days. It was so cold in that basement. We was there 3 nights, and next day in the morning we hear that they become collect them stuffs and like they are running away. In these 3 days we heard that of helicopters. These helicopters, they brought some ammunitions for Grad system. Probably our military forces, they start attacks. These orcs, they become collect themselves, and only because they hurried up, they just left us. They forgot about us. It was like 5 or 6 a.m. in the morning. The soldiers, they comes to us and say, collect yourselves, we are taking you away. I asked where, and he answered, you mustn't know. And we wasn't understand what's actually going on. Maybe they taking us to dig the grave for ourselves, or they will kill us or something. They took us to the bench and they say that wait here for 30 minutes and after that you could go away wherever you want. I asked him, but where we will go? He said, you are a local, so you must know where you could go. Thanks to God that we are stayed alive. And we have prayed every night that please let all people live on our street and not let the orcs to come there again and to capture other peoples who stay living in that buildings. Because we understood that they could terrorize all street, all houses, all our neighborhoods. We wasn't know that what in them sick mind of these criminals. Thankfully that all our women and kids, they ran away and nobody stay in our location. And I helped to pick up people for evacuation. One question, how long you stay in that, let's say, prison? In March, since 23 until 27. We stay there for 1 day, and the next day in the morning, nobody visited us. Nobody helped us, nobody bring the food or even water. But we found in that basement some vegetables, some potatoes, carrots, beetroots. We wasn't afraid. Our logic was working, so it wasn't some type of emotion or something. We was ready for a long time surviving. After the next day, they brought us them dry ration. That food for them, even our dogs wasn't want to taste it. And day after that, they brought us spaghetti with some type of meat, let's say, the Bedouin type of cooking that even our spoons are standing up there and if to put it inside. And most interesting case that in this spaghetti there was a stew, and we was want to make like candles or something with the stew fat. This fat wasn't burning, so it's not a fat, it's some chemicals. Maybe it's some water and some emulgator and nothing else, because we push that fat to the whisk from the bandage and light it up, and fire goes there to the bandage, everything okay, and just the fire reached that fat, it stops to burn. As I say, it's a water, it's some emulgators, but it's not real fat. And all of them food same like this, the greatest army in the world. One of this soldier food pack, they give it to us and say, this is for you to stay alive. When we reached our village, we brought that food package to the Red cross, and I say just keep it for like a memory for the museum or something, because honestly I don't want to eat this again. I tried that before in basement, and really I don't want to try it again. The cheapest food which you will find in our shops, it will be more delicious than that garbage that soldiers use. Only good thing in that package, it was matches and dry alcohol, and that's all. This food, it wasn't outdated or something. It was seems fresh by dates, but it was dead inside with the smell of that food or something like. But I'm sure that we will rebuild everything. Our neighbor house will rebuild his home. All people will back, and we will win.